Welcome to the 15th Zoom meeting of the Boulder Rotary Club. Today is extra significant because it is the first ever presidential installation meeting that we've held on Zoom. And I, for one, hope it's the only, and I want to commend Sally for being a good sport and rolling with the punches here. So I would like to invite Michael Weatherwax, past President Michael Weatherwax, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance and the four-way test.
I am happy to do that, and I ask that all of you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to our wonderful country. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And for the four-way test, reminding you again that the easy way to remember this is that is it, will it, as we go through that. Of the things we think, say, and do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Something for all Rotarians to live by.
Thank you very much, Michael. And not just all Rotarians. I've actually used this four-way test when evaluating a legal problem. And it yields some pretty good results. Maybe not ones my client likes, but anyway, Bob Stunkel, you have some words of inspiration for us today.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, John. Our Friday Rotary meeting begins with the traditional Pledge of Allegiance and the four-way test. Very reassuring in this uncertain climate of national health crisis and test of our values as a people. At the same time, our new Rotary year, 2020 to 2021, stretches our vision with the theme, Rotary Opens Opportunities. Holger Knack writes in his President's Message for the July Rotarian, every challenge is an opportunity for renewal and growth. Our new President, Sally Brown, previewed this theme in our last Rotary meeting of May. While she shared her vision for a world transformed, Sally brings the outreach of our club much closer to home this year. Out of the experience with President John and our board of directors in the past 4 months, we are grateful for our club leadership in this unprecedented time. Thankfully also, they bridge our Rotary year with the commitment, hold crisis in one hand and opportunity in the other. We support them and we encourage one another with God's promise of openness and opportunity in Psalm 145. The Lord upholds all those who fall and lifts up those who are bowed down. The eyes of all wait upon you, O Lord, and you give them their food in due season. You open wide your hand and satisfy the desire of every living thing. You are righteous in all your ways and loving in all your works. Blessings in our new Rotary year to all of our leaders and to all of us as members, and farewell to Peter and Mary Jean.
Thank you very much, Reverend Bob. That was lovely. And I now would like Daryl Brown. Hang in there, Sally, we're getting to you. Daryl Brown, do you have any guests and visitors you want to introduce to us, Daryl?
All right, yeah, so I would like to welcome the CEO of the Boulder Center for Orthopedics, who is Kathy Higgins, who also happens to be Sally's boss, who has joined us today. And then I believe that my father and my stepmother will be joining us here. They may be having some technical difficulties, so Tom and Gloria Brown from Santa Fe, New Mexico. So thank you for the esteemed guests, and welcome to Boulder Rotary.
All right, welcome. So today is a day of ceremony, and we are going to, first of all, bid farewell to the directors who are leaving us this year. And Fred, if you could put up that PowerPoint slide. Okay. So our first person we want to say goodbye to, actually just farewell, because she's not gonna leave us, Nancy Chin Wagner. Nancy has been a director for the last 2 years. And Nancy, I want to thank you for your service to our club. I want to thank you for all the wonderful pictures you've taken. Because you have become our official, unofficial photographer, and we couldn't have had documented so many great events without you. And as a parting gift for you, we have a framed artist card of the Pearl Street Mall. I have this here in my office. And so you and I will have to get together. Normally I just hand this to you on the stage in front of the club, but we're just gonna have to go with this for now, Nancy. Thank you again. The next person we want to recognize is Lindsay Sachs. Lindsay is, I know, in the thick of it, raising her child, who she brought to some of our meetings before COVID-19. And Lindsay has also served us well for the last 2 years. And Lindsay, as a parting thank you gift for you, we have a different framed artist card for Boulder Canyon, because I'm gonna bet you drove Boulder Canyon more than once when you came down to visit our meetings at the JCC last year. The next person I want to say farewell to is Paul Jurdy. Paul, thank you so much for your wisdom at our board meetings. I noticed you sitting there, and oftentimes you didn't say anything for most of the meeting, but when you did speak up, what you said was very helpful, and it made a difference. It contributed to the discussion about the decision the board needed to make. And Paul, since you're a buff, the parting gift for you is naturally a buffalo in Boulder, Colorado. Last but not least, Andy Meyer. For those of you who don't know, Andy Meyer stepped up to finish the term of Doug Geiser. And Andy was a great help. He was there when we needed him. Andy also helped out a lot with the Boulder Rotaract Club and took over chairing that for John Moselak after John retired. And Andy, for you, we have a framed picture of the Flatirons, or an artist's view of the Flatirons. And I want to say thank you to all of your directors, again, all of you directors, for your service, and I enjoyed working with you. And now I'm going to turn over for the next phase of this to Dr. Peter Ewing. so he can say something else to us before he leaves for Port Townsend. Peter.
Yes, thank you. Fred, could you put up the PowerPoint for the installation? Okay, now we come to the installation of the Boulder Rotary Club's officers and directors for Rotary year 2020-21. Will the following Boulder Rotarians please come to the virtual podium? These are individuals who have been elected to serve Boulder Rotary Club in the following roles for the upcoming year. First, John Sullivan as past president and director. Welcome, John. Second, Chad Stamm as our president-elect. Next, Kathy Olivier as the secretary for our club, and Brad Weasley as our treasurer. And then finally, the following are directors. Charlotte Rome and Willie Knierim are in their second year as directors. Jean Lindeke and Alessandro Sachs are also in their second year as directors. Then finally, Valerie Lippitz and Susan Connolly in their first year serving on the board of directors, and Chris Coker and Kathy and Kitty DeKeefer, both of them also in their first year on the board of directors. I'd like to start this induction by reading the object of Rotary, the basis of all the good works done by Rotarians. The object of Rotary is to encourage and foster the ideal of service as a basis of worthy enterprise, and in particular, to encourage and foster, first, the development of acquaintance as an opportunity for service. Second, high ethical standards in business and professions, the recognition of the worthiness of all useful occupations, and the dignifying of each Rotarian's occupation as an opportunity to serve society. Third, the application of the ideal of service in each Rotarian's personal, business, and community life. And fourth, the advancement of international understanding, goodwill, and peace through a world fellowship of business and professional persons united in the ideal of service. Every year, the leadership of Rotary changes. It's either the best or the worst about Rotary, but today we are celebrating this transition. Rotary is described as an upside-down pyramid. Everything begins with the individual Rotarian committed to service above self. While this emphasizes the importance of the individual Rotarian, talented leaders are essential for us as a club to be successful. Together, we are so much more than a collection of individuals. Each one of you, having been elected to a position of leadership in our club, means you have the key characteristics of a leader. Some of those are being principled, knowing what you will and won't do, what is right, what is wrong, as embodied in our four-way test. Being a good listener, hearing what others are saying and respecting them. Having influence, which comes from being passionate about what you do, but willing to compromise, seeking a common denominator and involving everyone. Gaining the trust of those who follow by honoring, teaching, guiding, and encouraging them. May these serve as watchwords for the members who are being installed as our leaders today. As Rotarians, we channel our commitment to service at home and abroad through 5 avenues of service: club service, vocational service, community service, international service, and youth service. These 5 avenues of service will be the focus of the efforts of this leadership team being installed today. I now have the honor of installing our club's president-elect, secretary, treasurer, and members of the board of directors for 2020-21. Would each of you please unmute yourselves? I'll wait a moment for each of you to achieve that. Each of you has been elected to important positions in the administration of Boulder Rotary Club. By their vote, our members have confirmed their confidence in your ability to lead them in the year ahead. We also believe you will uphold the high standards and traditions of this club, and that you will give the best of your ability to further the interests of this club and to foster the object of Rotary. Please raise your right hand. Will you fulfill the responsibilities of your office to the best of your ability in accordance with the Constitution and bylaws of the Boulder Rotary Club? If so, please answer, I will.
I will.
I will.
I hereby declare these officers and directors installed. And I believe Sally Brown, who will appear shortly, will have a director's pin for the new directors. Congratulations and best wishes to all of you. Okay, Sally, now the focus turns to you. Next slide. Okay. I now have the honor of installing Sally Brown as Boulder Rotary Club's president for the year 2020-21. Sally, have you unmuted yourself?
Yes, I have.
Wonderful. Sally Brown joined Boulder Rotary in 2013. She is a Paul Harris Fellow ×3, a member of Club 1919, and was recipient of the Rotary Quick Start Award in 2013. Sally received the International Human Rights Award from the United Nations Association of Boulder County and was recognized as a top 10 best practice program by the U.S. Center for Citizen Diplomacy for her work in Kisumu, Kenya. Sally is a proud founding member of the Boulder Kisumu City Sister City Committee, of which she serves on the board of directors as a secretary and treasurer. Sally received her Bachelor of Science in Occupational Therapy from Wayne State University. My wife was also a graduate of Wayne State, so you're connected. And her Master's in Business Administration from Troy State University. Professionally, Sally practices as a certified hand therapist treating upper extremity injuries for Boulder Center for Orthopedics and Spine. She's treated me, so both Mary Jean and I have benefited from Sally, where she is a director of therapy and director of marketing. Sally has served on the board of directors for the American Society of Hand Therapists, ASHT, where she received the Committee Member of the Year Award and the President's Gold Award for her contributions. Sally has presented nationally with the American Society of Hand Therapists and has been published for both clinical and business-related papers with ASHT. Sally is blessed to have a wonderful Rotarian husband. I wonder who wrote this. Could it have been Daryl? Daryl Brown, to share the joy of Rotary, and they share 3 wonderful children. Her husband is a winner of Rotary's highest award, Service Above Self, for his work in Kenya. However, Sally is equally, if not more, deserving of such recognition, but she was not yet a Rotarian. We must look at correcting that error, that award. So please welcome Sally to the podium for her induction. Sally, you have been elected president of the Boulder Rotary Club, and by their vote, our members have confirmed their confidence in your ability to lead them in the year ahead. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Sally Brown, do pledge
I, Sally Brown, do pledge
that I will fulfill the duties of my office
that I will fulfill the duties of my office
in the Boulder Rotary Club to the best of my ability,
in the Boulder Rotary Club to the best of my ability,
that I will support the initiatives
that I will support the initiatives
of RI's 2021 President Holger Knacht,
that I will support the initiatives of RI's President 2021, Holger Knacht,
and that I will uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the club.
that I will uphold the Constitution and the bylaws of the club.
I now declare you President of Boulder Rotary. Congratulations and best wishes.
Thank you. He's got the president's pin.
It's not John, but I guess Daryl will have to do. Do you have the room? Do you have the room go as well?
I do.
Don't use it on Daryl.
We're going to put up the new banner.
All right, so let's put up John and Sally together, please. That was the one slide back. All right, John, you have served Boulder Rotary well and with passion and humor during very challenging times. Your service to this club and even to the district does not stop today. It is said that one must have been to become a has-been. And you certainly have been and worked hard at it. Now it is my pleasure to welcome you into the society of has-beens. Welcome, John.
Thank you, Peter.
My pleasure.
Wow.
Sally, would you present John with his past president's pin and his theme banner? And congratulations, John, and thank you for all your service on behalf of Boulder Rotary. I guess we're doing this transfer virtually, but it will be coming. So President Sally, you now have the podium.
Thank you so much, Peter. I really appreciate everybody who's here today. I want to thank all of you for coming, and then especially past President Greeter, Carol Griever, who greeted everybody today, and Michael Weatherwax for saying the Pledge of Allegiance and the four-way test. And I want to thank Bob Stunkel for his words of inspiration, and past president, my husband, who did some greeting for me as well. And Peter, I especially want to thank you for saying that you would do this for me today, because it means the world.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much. And I want to thank Cassidy and Murphy and Fred Hull for all of their hard work that they've been doing this past week, as well as Vanessa Mead for helping put all of the slides together. You guys have been amazing, and it's so nice to have so many people around you who want to see you successful. So thank you so much. And with that, I will turn it back over to John Sullivan.
Thank you, Sally, and congratulations. I do have your presidential pin right here. Daryl helped me find it using his man card. So we are now going to move to the awards ceremony for the Boulder Rotary Club for 2019-2020.
Yeah.
And recognize some of the people that we wish we could sit next to on Fridays, and we will sit next to them again on Fridays. We just don't know how long that's going to take. So Fred, if you would go ahead and cue up the awards ceremony. And then the next slide, please. The first award we are going to make today is the Service Above Self Award. The Service Above Self Award is awarded to a Rotarian who was instrumental in implementing a significant project that improved the quality of life on one or more individuals or a community as a whole. And the person that we're going to recognize as our 2019-2020 Service Above Self Award winner recipient is Kitty DeKeefer.
What?
Yes, yes, Kitty, it is correct. It is you who are our Service Above Self Award winner.
Oh,
And I'm so happy because you have been instrumental in taking our club. You will continue to be instrumental in taking our club forward. And these are just a few of the reasons why the awards committee felt you were a deserving recipient of the Service Above Self Award. And I personally want to thank you for being there for me to help with the signature event. You did an outstanding job, and I would like to give you an opportunity to say something if you would like to say something.
well, first off, I am really shocked. If you could see my picture, if my computer worked, I have little tears coming down my cheeks because this is really unexpected. So thank y'all. It has been a real honor. And of course I wanted to say something because I never stop talking probably, but thank you all so much. This is truly an honor for me.
All right, Kitty. We don't even have to start playing the Academy Awards music to get you to go off the stage, but we have plenty of time. All right, well, next we'll move on to our next award, which is the Humanitarian Award. And the Humanitarian Award is awarded to a Rotarian who has demonstrated a selfless devotion to serving others. And in 2019 and 2020, the person who has demonstrated that is Jancy Campbell. And Jancy, thank you so much for all you've done, not just in the last year, but all you've done in your 15 years as a Rotarian. And the awards committee was particularly impressed with your peace book, which was a collection of not stories, but certainly sayings about from fourth graders at Whittier Elementary School about peace and the concept of peace. And it reminded me that you're never too young to start learning about and understanding the concept of peace and how to achieve it. And Jancy, I'd like to give you a chance to say something here today.
Write such beautiful words. They were so simple and just so meaningful. But I guess I just want to say I'm totally surprised and thank you all so much.
Thank you, Jancy. You deserve it.
Thanks.
Okay, next. The RI Theme Award. This was a hard one because there were a lot of people that exemplified the 2019-2020 Rotary theme of Rotary Connects the World. And in the end, the awards committee, being composed of lazy people like me and Marty and Gene Schlosslin and Bill Anderson, we decided to make it easier on ourselves for this award. And for that reason, we awarded this one to a group of people. And these Rotarians were members of our our program committee, our meeting management committee. Some of them joined us to become a part of what Carl Kurtz aptly named the VROOM Committee. And the VROOM Committee formed in March after we had to shut down our regular Friday meetings. And each week we met to try and figure out how to orchestrate, organize a meeting, get speakers for the meetings. And there were times when I completed these meetings and signed off of Zoom, and I just had a sense of awe because of what we were able to accomplish. And so this award is a team award to Carl Kurtz, Cassidy Murphy, Paul Jurdy, Bill Anderson, Fred Hull, Jancy Campbell, Gary Kahn, Susan Connolly, Mike Brady, Marty Evans, Charlotte Rome, and Marion Jarosz. And we're going to be continuing with the VROOM Committee. Our next meeting is actually on Monday the 13th. And if anyone wants to join, we never say no. But I was really, it was such a huge help to me as the president to have this group of people meeting every week. And we truly did connect the world, because in the last quarter or so, we've had a speaker come to us from California. We've had a speaker come to us from Germany. And these things would not have been possible with our regular Friday meeting format. So I want to thank all of you, really from the bottom of my heart, because you made my life just a little bit easier at a time when I wasn't sure what we were going to do other than not meet in person. And I can't give all of you a chance to speak, but Carl, I'm going to give you a chance to speak since you're the outgoing director of the program committee and you coined the name VROOM Committee.
Well, thank you so much, John. I think I can say on behalf of the entire team that it was a labor of love, and it was actually fun to do. It was it's been our privilege to help you organize and manage our meetings, and you rightfully point out that this has opened up opportunities for us to go beyond just our Boulder community with our speakers. So we're honored to do this, and I especially want to thank the rest of the team as well. Thank you very much.
Okay, next, our Quiet Hero Award. Quiet Hero Award is presented in recognition of actions or service which is or has been behind the scenes or otherwise out of the eye of the general public, particularly the general public members who are members of our club. And the awards committee chose Anne Marie Reeder as the 2019-2020 Quiet Hero Award winner. And I got to work with Anne Marie 2 years running in Wine to Water as a table captain, and also got to know Anne Marie a lot better through the social committee gatherings that we used to have on Tuesday nights. And Anne Marie, you just did a tremendous job of making these kinds of things happen without a thought for yourself, but always a thought for the people who came to these events and enjoyed them with you. And I'd like to give you a chance to say something, if you can be louder than quiet heroes normally are.
See, am I on?
I see you, you're on.
Oh, okay. I don't see myself. But anyway, I just want to say thank you. Very unexpected. It's been a real pleasure to be the social chair of this great organization. I love, I'm very disappointed that we haven't had our happy hours since COVID hit, because I always love seeing everyone in person. And I really look forward to the day when we can resume those in-person happy hours. And I'm very disappointed we're not going to have Wine to Water this year, but it'll be better than ever next year, fingers crossed. And look forward to seeing everyone in person as soon as it's reasonable and possible to do it. And anyway, really appreciate this and appreciate our great club. Thank you.
Thank you again, Anne Marie. And one thing I also want to mention is Anne Marie is a sterling example of the fact that lawyers are nice people too. Absolutely. We have a bunch of nice lawyers in our club, and you earned this recognition. All right, next we have the Quick Start Award.
Wow, wasn't expecting that.
The Quick Start Award recognizes a new member of less than 2 years in our club who has hit the ground running and makes an immediate positive and significant impact on the club. And there was a bit of awkwardness in choosing the winner of this award, I have to say, because try as we must to keep a secret, we just couldn't do it because he was a member of the awards committee, just exemplifying the Quick Start theme. And that person is the luckiest man, continuous raffle winner, Bill Anderson. Bill, congratulations. And if there's anything you'd like to say, and I know you want to say something because you're a lawyer too, now's your chance.
Right. Well, they say brevity is the soul of wit, and I'm a soulless lawyer, I guess, because brevity is not my strong suit. I want to say thank you to Chad Stam for bringing me into the club. I was a little skeptical at first, and truly, this club is one of the greatest sources of happiness in my life. I'm thankful to all of the folks who have been kind of mentors to me in the process of getting involved in the club. Mike and Cassidy, you, John, and so many other people that have helped me along the way. And I look forward to many more years supporting the club. So thank you all very much.
Thank you, Bill. That was, I'm glad you could keep a secret between when I sort of first told you and today, and not go around crowing about it, which is a Rotarian trait. All right, next, we have a President's Discretionary Award. And hopefully, you won't question my discretion. This award is given in recognition of a special set of activities and circumstances. And the first President's Discretionary Award that I felt should be handed out this year is to Daryl and Sally Brown. And let me tell you why. Daryl came to me. We had a little talk at the start of my year, shortly before the start of it, and he was thinking that maybe the the Boulder Rotary Update, which we just called the PowerPoint, had run its course. And my response was something to the effect of, "Are you kidding me? People love that thing. They want to stay around at the meeting and hear it, and it's funny. Even Mike Brady thinks it's funny. Even Mike Brady responds to it. And it has become a source of lightness, of laughter, and of information in the years you guys have been doing it. And so I didn't want to let it go during my year, because that would cause more of the focus of the meeting to go to me, which is never a good thing. And so Daryl and Sally, I want to say thank you so much. And you can see that you guys have been involved in the club at a high level since you joined. And from the bottom of my heart, I just want to thank you for staying with the Brew for another year. And I'd like to give you this opportunity to speak if you'd like to.
Well, that is completely unexpected. You kept that a secret from us.
I did.
So thank you so much.
Yeah,
We're
thank
so
you.
honored. And you know, he has such a fun time doing it, but he spends a lot of time, and then I get to just come in at the last minute and speak. So he's the one really who deserves all of the credit. So
Yeah.
creative
Yeah.
mind here.
Sure. Thank you, President.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And I want you to know that I never previewed the Brew before any of the meetings. I just wanted to be surprised. And there were several meetings where I was genuinely surprised, but in a good way. Okay, next, we have another President's Discretionary Award. And this award, I think you'll understand why I exercised my discretion for this one. This award goes to the World Community Service Committee, and in particular, Alessandro Sachs, Juliette Harrington, and Lynn Johnson, for all the work they and their committee did on the Oglala Sioux Water Project. And I'm going to try and pronounce this, Alessandro, and then I'm going to give you a chance to correct me. In Deutsch, we say Steter Tropfen hohet den Stein, which in English means constant dripping wears away the stone. And if you know Alessandro like I know Alessandro, Alessandro knows how to wear away a stone. But he couldn't have done it without Juliette and Lynn. And there are, I'll give you a little more information later because I have another announcement. But this project to connect the Oglala Sioux to a fresh water supply on the Pine Ridge Reservation is and will make a huge difference in the lives of many American Indians who, before they got connected or do get connected, have to just go down to the nearest water body to get their water. And I felt very passionate about this project for a whole bunch of reasons, which is why I made it the feature of our paddle raiser in February, because the project simultaneously paid it forward and paid it back. And I was so grateful that our club was able to do this. And Alessandro, I'd like to give you a chance to speak. Juliette, Lynn, you can speak too, because I think we're doing okay time-wise.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. It is really very rewarding that we are as a team obtaining this recognition. And as we are speaking, we started, thanks to the vision of past President Mike Brady, to try to make a project near us. And us was spelled by capital U and capital S. And we started connecting 3 homes last year. And now in our scalable project, we are aiming for 30 homes this year. As we are speaking, we have already completed 14 homes connected to clean water. Thank you so much for your support. And thanks to Juliette and Lynn, we are a really nice team, and the World Community Service support as well. Thank you.
Juliette or Lynn, do you want to add anything to what Alessandro said? Okay. Let's move to our next award, which is the Boulder Rotary Club's Lifetime Achievement Award. And this award is given in recognition of a long, devoted, and effective service history to the Boulder Rotary Club. And this one was an easy choice, unlike the theme award. This year's winner has been a Boulder Rotarian for 33 years. She was the club president the year I joined in 2001. She's our current past president greeter chair, service above self recipient in 2015-2016. You know her, you love her, you can't live without her, Carol Griever. Congratulations, Carol. You richly deserve this award, and the awards committee was thrilled to be able to recognize you after 33 years. And I'd like to give you a chance to speak because you've earned it.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I have felt so disconnected this past year, and it is touching me to my heart. Thank you so much. I don't feel I deserve it, but thank you.
Well, Carol, you were one of the first people I came to talk to about this past president greeter thing. And you were there, even though you couldn't always make it to our club meetings, you were always there to provide the past president greeter. And I look forward to the day when the past president greeter gets to shake people's hands again. And I just want to say thank you for being there. All right, next, Rotarian of the Year. The Rotarian of the Year award, not surprisingly, is awarded to a Rotarian who made a significant impact upon the Boulder Rotary Club during the year. And the person that the awards committee chose to be our recipient of the Rotarian of the Year award has been a member of our club for 10 years. He was Rotary Club president in 2018-2019. He's currently the assistant district governor. And he's a District 5450 trainer to help people learn what to do, and a service above self recipient in 2011 and 2012. And if you don't know who it is yet, it is none other than our own Mike Brady.
Yes.
Oh my God, what happened here? We seem to have a technical difficulty.
Yeah.
Do we? Oh, well, that hardly ever happens in Zoom. Let's see if we have the correct slide. There we go. There we go. Mike Brady, you know we love you, and I want to give you a chance to speak.
Well, thank you, everybody. I mean, I'm pretty surprised. I absolutely love this club. I mean, if anybody, doubts it, I mean, Cassie and I, this is a big part of our life. All of our friends are you, and just really, truly can't imagine. just really looking forward to many more years of being with you. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yay, Mike. Thumbs up, clap. And you also have a good sense of humor, but that played no factor in the awards committee's selection of you as our Rotarian of the Year. And I guess one thing I want to recognize, Alessandro touched on it. You know, Mike sort of gave them the impetus to find a project closer to home, which turned out to be the Oglala Sioux Water Project. Another thing Mike did is he was instrumental in getting Zoom. And before 2019, 2020, and when we needed to hit the ground running, we had Zoom already. We didn't have to subscribe to it and learn it. And Mike played a part in that. And that played a part in the awards committee's decision to recognize you this year. So thank you. Okay, I think we're getting near the end, but let's go to the next slide. This is the one, this is a district award, the Scott Metcalf Award. And we do have a winner for the Scott Metcalf Award in 2019-2020. I didn't find this out until after I'd given them the discretionary award. But I thought to myself and discussed with the awards committee, it's better to give someone 2 awards than none. And so the Scott Metcalf Award winner from District 5450 is our very own World Community Service Committee for the Oglala Sioux Safe Drinking Water Project. And these are just a few of the stats that were involved with this project. I would want to point out that the 106-155, this is the amount of money that was raised through the Boulder Rotary Club and other Rotary clubs and the district grant. This figure does not include the match, as I understand it, of the Running Strong NGO, which was our partner, and they are going to match all of these dollars. So it should be even more than 30 homes on the Pine Ridge Reservation that get connected to the safe drinking water supply. And Alessandro and Juliette and I'm sorry, I'm drawing, I want to say Billy Mills, but I don't think that's Billy Mills in between them. But I want to give you a chance to say anything, Alessandro, if you forgot to say something before, and congratulate you again on being a district award winner.
Thank you so much. It was for us also a surprise. We were not even aware that we were listed as a potential winner on district awards because we are focusing on our hands-on work. But what it means, in particular now in COVID times, to provide something so logic for us, access to water, access to clean water, has a double meaning here. And what I'm most proud of, we have obtained this matching grant with a local NGO called Running Strong, without going through Rotary International, applying for a global grant, etc. So we are showing now actually a new way of successful district grants in our own country. If we find partners who recognize that they would match. And we are, by the way, you mentioned Billy Mills. Billy Mills is the first gold medal winner, Native American in 10,000 meter running, 1964 in the Tokyo Olympics. And he's the founder, he's a Lakota man. So what is so interesting that we are working actually also in the execution of the physical work, the contractors, everybody is from the Pine Ridge Reservation. Thanks again for encouraging us to go beyond. We started with 3 homes, now we have 30 homes. What about if we are aiming for 300 homes, a 3-year project? We have to think big. Thanks again.
All right. And that will conclude the 2019-2020 awards ceremonies. And now I get to share a few little reflections of my own with you about this past year. And when I spoke to you all at the time of my own installation, I pointed out that the RI theme for 2019-2020 is Rotary Connects the World. And you may also recall that I advised the club about the philosophy of next that I learned from one of my son's baseball coaches. And I edited the RI banner just a tad to include this philosophy in our club's theme for this year. In the last 364 days, I believe we've met the RI goals that were set forth by RI now past president, Mark Maloney, of increasing our impact and expanding our reach. We achieve these goals through programs and projects we recognized today in the award ceremony and other projects we did for our community. Those projects included filling those backpacks for students in the Boulder Valley School District and St. Vrain School District for the 14th or 15th straight year with the crayons to calculators. We did this last July. We had 60 members participate in the Day of Caring with the United Way and a lot of other clubs on September 13th, 2020. And then the Oglala Sioux Water Project we recognized and was the beneficiary of the $37,000 in funds we raised at our paddle raiser in February. Another RI goal that I mentioned a year ago was increasing our ability to adapt. What none of us knew at the time, however, was that the COVID-19 pandemic was going to provide an unforeseen test to see if we could meet this goal. I submit to you all that we have increased our ability to adapt. When COVID-19 forced the cancellation of our Friday meetings at the JCC on March 13th, and for the foreseeable future, Boulder Rotary Club did not shut down. Instead, we adapted. Our newly minted VROOM Committee, whom we recognized earlier today, sprang into action. As a result, we held Friday meetings on Zoom on March 20th, and then for 14 consecutive Fridays after that, from April 3rd through June 26th, and now today. We also continued to support our community. We raised $9,000 in short order to feed the front lines, thanks to the initiative of Sally Brown and the generosity of all of you. We joined our sister Boulder Rotary clubs at Flatirons and Boulder Valley to collect 11,000 pounds of food and $12,000 for Sister Carmen. And we soared past our goal for the RI Annual Fund through the generosity of members who donated their $63 meal credits, the generosity of members who attained their first Paul Harris or their next level of Paul Harris, and the generosity of Michael Weatherwax's matching contributions to help them get there. We did all this. We did all this while COVID-19 kept us inside more than we'd like, with concerns about contracting this virus. What will we do next? On a more personal note, when I started my year as president, I had this metaphor in my mind about how I was being given the keys to a really nice classic car. And in my mind, that nice classic car was the 1968 Mustang Fastback, like the one Steve McQueen drove in the movie Bullet. And I thought to myself at the time, just don't wreck this car. But what I learned over the course of my year as president is that I wasn't driving this car alone. You all were helping me. Today, I hand over the keys to the Boulder Rotary Club car to Sally Brown. Keep thinking of the philosophy of next over the ensuing 12 months. And remember the words of wisdom from Babe Ruth, never let the fear of striking out get in your way. Sally, the podium, the rungu, the presidential pin, and a key to the Boulder Rotary Club storage unit are now yours. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, John. Thank you so much. We do have one more honor to give out today, and that's for you, John. We really appreciate all that you have done for us for the past year, leading us through so many weird times, and with humor and with love. And so in your name, we have bought you a Australian Rotary Health kit for your biking. So all of the proceeds from the kit is a short sleeve instead of a long sleeve. That picture's a long sleeve, but the short sleeve version is coming to you. And it goes to benefit Australian Rotary Health, and that helps children with SIDS, help for the elderly, diabetic care. And so, you know, we just want to say thank you again for all your hard work this year. And we're proud to honor you with this kit. And we're proud to see you biking around town with the yellow Rotary jersey on. Thank you very much, John.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I promise I will bike around town with it.
Nice.
Without annoying other motorists.
Nice. Well, for everybody else, if you haven't been inspired today, then you know, we have some work to do, because this was incredible, just learning about all the projects, seeing all the wonderful Rotarians. But you may be asking yourself, well, you know, I come to these Friday meetings, but maybe I'm not as involved as I'd like to be. Well, that's where I'd like to help you. I would like to open the door of opportunity for what Rotary can be. Rotary can be so much more than really entertaining, really great information on Friday, educating yourself and learning more about the world. It can be a life-changing event, as everybody here has talked to you about today. And so if you're not in a committee and you're thinking, well, I don't know how much time I have or what committee I'd really like to be in, I would like you to reach out to me and tell me just, you know, maybe what your interests are, and then I will hook you up with a committee chair, and then we can see if maybe that fits. Maybe you try out a couple committees. Everybody's meeting on Zoom right now, so it can be not too hard to get to know anybody. And I'd love to be able to do that for you. So in the rib, I will make sure that my email is in there, and you can click it so to send me an email. Otherwise, please just write to me. I'm also going to ask Cassidy and Chad to publish the committees this next time. So if you don't know about some of the committees that are out there, I would love to be able to help you to do that. And so with that, I'd like to introduce you to the traveling Rotary bell that we will be using until we all are together again. It's easier to carry. And I want to thank you all again for being here today, and I look forward to serving our community and serving our world with you over the next year. Thank you. Whoa, that was loud. Thank you again. Have a great weekend.
And to all of you.
Thank you, John.
Yes,
Thanks, Marty.
John. Well done.
Couldn't have done it without you.
Great work, John.
Yep.
Now you could be a past president greeter as well, John.
Yes, I'll have to send an email to Carol to let her know of my eligibility.
Very good.
Thank you, President John. Strong work.
I'm really proud of you, John.
Thanks,
you very
John.
much.
Thank you, George. I wouldn't be here without you either. You're an insistent fellow.
I see Dorothy Dorothy's on. Hi, Dorothy.
Congrats to all the award winners.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. A wonderful array. Sally and Daryl, are you continuing with the special feature of our meetings in this new?
Yes, we will be rooming until we go home, right?
Yeah.
We do have a committee called the Homecoming Committee. And we are board members who will be evaluating when we can possibly go back. We did talk to the JCC, and they said the 11 hall where we usually meet can only hold about 30 to 40 people with the current guidelines. But hopefully, if you know, around here we're all wearing our masks and we're all being smart, so hopefully we'll be back.
Very good. We'll hope.
Well,
congratulations, Carol.
Yes.
Everybody have a good weekend.
Bye.